Welcome to another edition of the Courtroom of Public Opinion. My name is Ramon Roan.
My name is John Singletary.
And we would like to give you guys an update on our episode on the reverse mortgages. Now, I have to give some credit to, first of all, to give some credit to one, Tim Scott, Senator Tim Scott, Republican. Hello.
I know Tim, and
yeah, I don't
have a problem with with Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I particularly am proud of the fact that even though he and Lindsey Graham are Republicans, that they came to the aid and the rescue of an individual, not because of party,
nope,
but because of the concern for a citizen who has been done wrong.
Right.
In this situation, it's a reverse mortgage.
Yeah.
And
you want to give him let me give him a brief history?
Yeah, give him a brief history.
All right, just in case you hadn't watched our earlier video, my father passed away April of 2013. And my father and mother, they were underneath a reverse mortgage. Ideal for them, hey, no mortgage payment for the rest of their lives, and everything seemed to be covered. My father, he was the only one that was on the contract because he didn't think that my mother, who was a housewife, didn't need to be on a contract. So when he passed away,
because of misinformation.
Right, because of misinformation. Because it was actually
by Wells Fargo.
Right. Well, yeah, Wells Fargo is the third party. You know, HUD contracts it out to those counseling to a third party, which Wells Fargo was at. And so when my father died, about less than 2 weeks after he died, like he died on the 20th of April. On the 1st of April, Wells Fargo had an appraiser come out to the house to appraise the house, and then tell my mother that you got 6 months to get out the house or pay the balance on the loan, which is like over $100,000. Well, my mother said, I ain't got no $100,000, and so what she was going to do. So the first thing that one of the things that I did was get mom to file a law. Well, actually, before the lawsuit came out, I contacted Senator Scott, and Senator Scott I told him about the problem. Senator Scott said, look, I'm a new senator, and he's saying I don't have the kind of clout that I need to get this problem resolved. But what he recommended was take it to the court. So my mom, what she did as a pro se litigant, what she did was file a lawsuit in court. And that was Tim Scott's idea, was to delay it, allowed enough time, because HUD was issued by the appellate court to fix the problem. In the meantime, the problem seemed to be slowing down. It was pretty slow, John. I remember we were talking about it, said, why is it taking so long for HUD to fix this problem? So in the meantime, Tim Scott told me to contact Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham has been there, like, I guess forever. You know, I don't know how long. He's been there for a long time.
Around the day.
Right. So Lindsey Graham, I called Lindsey Graham, Senator Graham, and Senator Graham said, I'll get on it. I think it was less than 45 days we got a letter. From he had 30 days, he said, well, he sent a letter right away to HUD. And in 30 days, HUD answered the letter and also had the problem resolved. And so here's a letter, and hopefully we'll put this online so you guys can see it. But the letter says that, thank you for your letter on behalf of our constituents, Mrs. Mildred Roan, regarding the stay of foreclosure from Wells Fargo home mortgage. The property related to Mrs. Roan corresponds to located at the address in South Carolina. This information from the Department of Housing and Urban Development Office of Housing. Department records indicate Mr. Stuart Roan originated a home equity conversion mortgage with Wells Fargo since Mrs. Roan, the surviving spouse, the borrower, was not named on the loan, became due on April the 20th, 2013. That's when he died. Now, just a...
It goes on.
Yeah, it goes on. Go ahead, John.
But the gist of it is that what has happened is the intervention by them has put Ray's mother, Mrs. Roan, in the position that she is now indefinitely allowed to stay in her house, as the contract and the act and law dealing with reverse mortgage stipulated from the very beginning.
Right.
Again, hats off to Lindsey Graham and to Tim Scott. We contacted more than just Lindsey Graham and Tim Scott. We contacted more than just the Republican Party. Mm-hmm. And this was the most favorable response that we received from any of the people we contacted. It was the only response. We have to say, or I have to say, that I'm glad that there has been a stacking of the appellate court with individuals who are more concerned with issues that everyday common people have. And as a result, things like this happen. Yeah. You know, the Judicial Freedom Riders was instrumental in this whole process.
In the whole process.
And that's why we want you to join the Judicial Freedom Riders, is because with the Judicial Freedom Riders, things like this can happen, that we could literally get involved and help. We're not attorneys.
No.
And we make that very clear, that we are not attorneys. We give absolutely no legal advice whatsoever. But it doesn't take a legal mind, legal advice, to read and to know when you're being taken advantage of, and to get help from other people who have gone through the very same thing. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, we contacted, not just on this issue, but many issues.
Right.
Democratic senators, representatives who have, for the past 7 years, ignored our pleas to them to get involved. Mm-hmm. We contacted the NAACP, we contacted the ACLU, we've contacted almost everyone that you could think of to try and get involved, to get some resolution. And like we said, the Judicial Freedom Riders was persistent, and as a result, if there are any of you out there who are widowers, who've been involved with the reverse mortgage, you are facing being kicked out of your house, even though you know that that contract was supposed to allow you to live there indefinitely, not only to your spouse, but also to you reach the end of your glory days, then email us, give us a call, because with this, the Judicial Freedom Riders could not only slow that process down, but it could literally stop the process. Right. And you'll be allowed to live in your house for the rest of your life.
Now let me read this here as we get ready to close. This indefinite extension will become available as of June the 25th, 2014. So it's already available and will remain in place and available for mortgagees electing to avail themselves of this extension until such time the FHA issues a mortgage letter or statement to formally address similarly situated non-borrowing spouses. So if you are in this situation as my mother was, this can apply to you or your loved ones. So again, as John said, this is actual victory for Judicial Freedom Riders too.
It's a victory for Judicial Freedom Riders. It's not the first one. It's not going to be the last one.
It's not going to last one. No.
Again, this is not a party issue.
No.
This is simply a concerned person and concerned people who want to see the right thing done within the judicial system, and that's what the Judicial Freedom Riders, which is a nonpartisan group, that's what we advocate. We advocate due process, equal protection. This is what we've been talking about. This is what's happened. And once again, thanks Tim Scott. Thanks Lindsey Graham. We appreciate your efforts.
And you will be getting a letter from my mother thanking you as well. Again, this has been a courtroom of a public opinion. We appreciate if you can like our videos and subscribe to us. And also, John,
we are in the process starting July 4th to get 1 million members within the Judicial Freedom Riders, so that we can continually advocate for due process and equal protection on issues like this. So please join us. With our organization, we take no corporate donations. We think that philanthropy, corporate philanthropy is good, but we don't want their donations to come through us, because simply put, we don't ever want to be put in the position that we can't bite the hand of the dog that feeds us.
Right.
As a dog, we can't bite the hand of the person that feeds us. And so what we want you to do is we want you to join the Judicial Freedom Riders so that we will be able to continually do things like this.
Right.
And if you need a copy of this letter, get in contact with us. Mm-hmm. There are millions of widows out there who are stuck. They're thinking they have to pack up and leave their home. You don't have to do that. Contact us, get a copy of this letter, interject it into your court system. It stops the process, allows you to rest easy.
Thank you very much, and stay tuned for our next episode.